How now, brown cow? Here we are. Here we are. We are back. We are back from a parade of pimps and whores. There we are. All right. So anyway, segment two. That's not true. Come on.
Definitely not.
There was no parade. Anyway, so that is.
And there was no horse.
There was no horse.
Or pimps.
So anyway, the redoubtable one himself, Tom Izzo, the highly questionable one himself, Arjun Miliaccio, IDD, for those of you in the know, I don't disagree. Segment two, a little trip around the NBA, if you will, because the season's been back for about a couple weeks. Now, we have not really dabbled into the NBA yet, but we it's about time we get a little check-in, see what's going on here, a little heat check. A little what's going, a little who's who, a little hey, how fast is that mushroom cloud going up in Brooklyn? I got to tell you, boom! Just like, and you know,
Kyrie's coming back this weekend.
You know, it's funny though. Stephen A. Smith called this, and he's like, "This, it's gonna be." And before the season started, before anything happened, before any of the, whatever, it's gonna be something. We don't know what it is. He called it, and literally on cue. And then, by the way, did you see what happened last night?
When they lost by 30 to freaking Utah?
No, Utah's good.
Oh, Sacramento.
Sacramento Kings. Are you ready for this? The Sacramento Kings scored 153 points. The Sacramento Kings. I'm saying this because this is not. You're hearing that, all right? 153 points. Kevin Durant, after the game, and you know this is coming, and everybody talked about it today. But the classic when they say, "I mean this with no disrespect." You know what's coming? Disrespect. It's right after it. Kevin Durant said...
Look, I'm not a racist.
But he's like, well, it's this Claxton guy, it's this guy, that guy, and me. What do you expect? We're going to win?
I read that. That was a terrible comment.
Terrible comment.
He said, what do you expect from this team?
Yeah. And...
he said, y'all see me out there and you think we should be doing something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're supposed to be one of the top 3 players in the world.
Jeez.
How stupid of us.
And you just trashed your team.
You just trashed your team. I wonder how many of them want to suit up with you tomorrow. So anyway, there's that. And yeah, Kyrie's supposed to come. Was it Sunday? Did they say Sunday?
I said he could come back Sunday.
I mean, yeah. And by the way, for those of you who are, and I understand where Jaylen Brown was coming from because he stood up for Kyrie, all the players union. This is too much. This is too much. He's having to do too much. Look, for an average NBA player that made a mistake like this, I would agree. This isn't an average NBA player. This is a guy with a resume from here to Lower Manhattan on reasons not to play basketball. And if you're the owner of that team and you have given this man the money you have given this man and gotten the return on it that you have gotten on it, and then the creme de la creme is he says what he says, which pisses off. And oh my God, we're not gonna go back into that. But the bottom line is this was the straw that broke the camel's back. If you're following the history of Kyrie Irving, you are not surprised at all. They gave him a litany of things to do because he has to prove.
He's been a pain in the butt since he got there.
He has to prove to them he wants to play because all the evidence points to him not wanting to play unless he feels like it. Unless it's sunny and 75 out, okay? Unless he can pick the coach. Unless he can, it's all on Kyrie's terms or it's no go.
Does seem like that, Kyrie.
Okay, and it's kind of hard to argue with it because that is your resume. Okay, and what doesn't get talked about, and he's heard me say it ad nauseum, Mike Krzyzewski basically pushed him out of Duke. This goes back to college. Krzyzewski never talks about him, never. Okay, played 11 games at Duke. He played 11 games at Duke. He wasn't hurt by it.
Yeah, he was. He hurt his ankle.
Oh, was that what it was? Oh. Well, I've seen guys play through ankles. Well, then again, I've seen people with passion play through ankles. Anyway, we're not talking about passion here.
Dr. Pepper.
All right, this is the first shot. This was. By the way, this was his call. Mr. Izzo, the redoubtable one. He called this one. Wonderful stuff here. Yes.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yep.
And cream soda. 0 sugar.
Wonderful stuff. He called it. Kudos to him. He hit one out of the park again. This one might not land for a while. This isn't really that good. I'm not kidding.
When it comes to things that aren't healthy for you, I've got the direct line. Okay.
If you want to throw in the towel, 1-800.
I always wish, I should be like, you know how actors have to gain weight for movies? I should be their trainer for that. You want to put on a quick 25? I got you. We could do this in 2.5 weeks.
All right, so
follow along.
Quick update. So right now, the Knicks, who he says are done, they're playing what I think is the best team in the West.
They got a win in Utah last night.
Yeah. By the way, that's no joke because Utah is very good. They're one of the best. So that's up. They're 10-5. They're good. They're one of the best records in the West.
Who do they have?
I don't know, but they've been winning. They've been killing everybody. And by the way, they're playing the Nuggets tonight in Denver. It's 45-47 at the end of the first half. They're right there on back-to-back with that team. Okay, here's the thing.
They Knicks just lost by 30 to the Nets. It's an embarrassment.
That is embarrassing. But the bottom line is, the NBA is 82 games long. You can have a stinker like that and then go out and do this the next night. And they're not out of it.
What's the Knicks record?
7-7. They're 500 right now.
Better than the Lakers.
Oh, I was so hoping you were going to say that.
Dude, I saw they're 3-10.
The gift that keeps on giving.
My God.
If you're... Okay, or anybody who can't stand LeBron James. And actually, LeBron's not. This isn't LeBron's. This part I don't think is LeBron's fault. Because I think LeBron's trying to do the right thing here. But the problem is, LeBron's hurt. He can't play. He's actually because one thing about LeBron, I'll say he will play unless he's legitimately hurt and can't play. He'll play through shit. I give LeBron credit for that.
What does he have right now?
I forget what it is, but he can't play. I don't think it's going to be long, but this is one of those where if you try to play through it, it's going to be longer. So you might as well do it now because they're not going anywhere anyway. Let's be honest. Unless they make a trade, there is a rumor that they're calling Washington about Bradley Beal. Now, only an idiot would answer that phone. Hoping Washington does not because they're actually doing pretty well too.
Lakers have nothing to give.
Exactly. What are you going to give them, LeBron?
Right.
Because honestly, you can't. And by the way, Anthony Davis, who shows up about as often as Kyrie does. Last night, kudos to him, 37 points, 18 rebounds. Anthony Davis, there was an Anthony Davis sighting. So when he's healthy, if he's healthy, he can still play. But that is exactly why they will not, to your point, be able to trade him.
Right.
Because he'll play 40 games if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So the Lakers are up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, and they're hoping that Washington is stupid, which would be monumentally stupid.
I thought there was another thing that the Lakers were hoping for. Was it Kyrie?
It was Buddy Hield out of Indianapolis. And... Again,
he's not going to change them.
No, he's not. That doesn't move the needle.
No,
it doesn't move the needle. And
what would you trade Russ for him?
Well, I think it's about trying to get him off the books, even though and he's got an expiring contract. The Pacers won tonight. The Pacers are 7-6. The Pacers are in the 5th or 6th slot. Right? They're not trading anything. They're in the playoffs. No. If you're the Pacers, why the fuck would you?
Buddy Hield's on the Pacers.
Yeah, why would if you're the Pacers? Why the fuck would you want to talk to the Lakers about anything? Unless it's LeBron James.
I mean,
it's LeBron James.
Or you get picks for the next 5 years.
Lakers don't have any picks.
They don't.
Their two best picks are in 26 and 27. They're first rounders. And the reason they're hot commodities is everybody thinks the Lakers are going to stink, so they're going to be high picks.
Right.
That's the only reason they have any value. Okay? So
their next picks are in 26 and 27?
Or 25 and 26, I think. I'm sorry.
They got nothing in 23 or 24.
They traded them all away. Ugh. They traded away every asset because LeBron wanted Russell Westbrook.
The NBA, they trade picks like you wouldn't believe.
It's incredible. It really is.
I mean, they do it in the NFL, but not like that. No. You don't give away 5 picks for a guy.
No, you really no. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's God himself. You don't do it.
I mean, you do it, I guess, what, for LeBron?
You know, because he's 38. If he's 28,
not now.
If he's 28,
right?
Okay, because you can build around him.
Yeah,
and he can make people. LeBron can make people better. He's proven that. Okay, so I give him that too. Okay, but the bottom line is, the Lakers are stuck. I mean, they are stuck.
They really are.
And when I mean they're stuck, we're talking the next 4 or 5 years they're stuck. Now, as a Celtic fan, this is the time to pounce because you are not stuck. You were missing a defensive player of the year tonight, the center. 2 starters were out, and your number 1 guy off the bench, and you went into Atlanta, who was 9-5 and 3rd in the East, and you walloped them by 25 points.
Mollywopped.
The Boston Celtics. I'll tell you right now. I didn't know about this guy, and I have to come around on this. I have to. I have to.
Talking about Mazzulla?
Not him.
Whatever his name.
I have to come around to this era of basketball. I have to accept it for what it is, whether I like it or not. The 3-point shot has become the post game. It is. Everybody's doing it. If you're not doing it, you're on the outside looking in. The Lakers can't win because the Lakers can't shoot threes. Let's call it what it is. They're that bad because they can't shoot. The Celtics, again tonight, have proven. By the way, I didn't know this because I wasn't looking at their stats. Every time I see it, I lose my mind because Larry Bird is not out there shooting him or Ray Allen. But they are number 1 in the league in 3-pointers made, they are number 4 in 3-point percentage. And they play defense when they choose to play. When they're healthy, they're the best defensive team in the league. They're missing the 2 best defensive players. They were like, you know what, fuck it. We're going to outscore you. And it wasn't Brown and it wasn't Tatum. It was everybody else doing this. The Celtics are
in Atlanta?
In Atlanta, by the way, against a very good Hawk team that was 9-5 and was playing well. And Boston went in there without Marcus Smart, Trae Young. Think about who you want to guard Trae Young. It's Marcus Smart. Don't have him. And you went out there without Brogdon, who's your number 1 scorer off the bench at like 16, whatever he is. He's a very solid bench player. He was a starter in most teams in this league. And they went down there and they walloped them by 25 points. And it wasn't Brown and it wasn't Tatum. And it wasn't mean they didn't get theirs. Eventually they did. But the bench, I'll tell you what, they are deep. They are 10 deep. Without the 2, if those 2 guys are playing tonight, they're 12 deep.
20,000 leagues under the sea.
They are 12 deep, and they don't have the center back yet. If they stay healthy,
what's his name, Father Time?
Time Lord. There, Robert Williams. Robert Williams is the third. Time Lord, because he's never on time. And if he ever gets, the beauty of this is they can literally keep him out till he's 100%. Because if this bench is going to continue, they've got some white kid off the bench. This kid Cornette, he's good. Like, he's legitimately good. Like, he came in tonight. He comes off the bench. He's blocking shots. He's rebounding. He's running. He can shoot. He posts up. He does. He's a good all-around player. And if he's coming off your bench, I'm like, this guy backing up Al Horford. I'm like, I didn't even know who the hell this guy was. This kid Hauser. They should call him Howitzer. This dude, he comes off the bench. His first 5 shots, he's 5 for 5. He was cold. Comes off the bench. Remember, 5 for 5, 5 threes. Peyton Pritchard, the white boy that could. Peyton Pritchard, 14 points off the bench again, backing up. And the dude from San Antonio they brought in there, what's his name with the hair? Derek White. Comes into the starting role, outplays Trae Young. I mean, outplays him. Okay, and literally, Tatum and Brown started out 1 for 13 from behind the arc. They were up at the half by 9. And those 2 shot 1 for 13 from the 3 in the first half. If you had told me that, I'd have batted you over the head with thinking you were on drugs. There's no way that was going to happen.
You're on drugs.
But it did because, and the bench has been doing this all year. This is not one game. They've been doing it all year long.
Okay, come through, bench.
So they are legitimate. Them in Milwaukee, this is going to be a hell of a, I'll tell you what, if this happens, this is going to be fun. Milwaukee gets Middleton back. This will be that series.
Middleton still isn't back?
Still not back yet. And Milwaukee's right there. They're right there.
ACL?
He should be back, I want to say Christmas.
I mean, he's been out since last year.
I want to say Christmas Day, because guess who they're playing on Christmas Day in Boston? No, Indiana. They had to move it because Santa's going to be landing. So anyway,
playing the Lakers in Boston?
The fake show. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Show. Yeah, no.
I like that, though. Alternate site.
Why not mix it up?
Yeah,
spice of life. Spice of life. This stuff is wonderful. By the way, see that 0 calories. So maybe he has not thrown in the towel just yet.
That's right.
He has not.
Although I just ate 2 cans of
30 calories for each can.
No way.
Yep. Go 30 calories. I was telling you about 30 calories.
So I just ate 60 calories?
That's it. Isn't it wonderful? And you're filled up and you feel good.
Yeah, and I'm going to go home and eat more.
Get more off.
I need another 30. All right. I'm running out of steam here. Right. My feet are cold.
Your feet are cold. We're going to call it for tonight. Anyway, VCU lost Arizona State in a classic, out in a Legends Classic. Look, they were
classic.
In a classic at the Classic. It wasn't really a classic, but it's early. They're 2-1 in the season.
This game will be remembered forever.
Forever. But we will get into college basketball as we get further along. But anyway, we're going to say goodnight for now because by the way, you can see that that's my breath. Okay. So that is the redoubtable one. I'm the highly questionable one. We'll be back either Monday or Wednesday next week. We will have a full recap of it. Might be a Sunday night. You never know. It's Thanksgiving week. You never know.
One of these days we're going to surprise you with
a Sunday. We'll surprise you with a Sunday because, and by the way, if these games live up to the hype, we just might surprise you on Sunday because we're probably not going to want to wait to talk about them, which is a very good possibility that happens.
You're right.
So. But for now, hey, it is Wet My Whistle Wednesday. Hey, we're going this way. Tomorrow's Thursday. Thursday night football. Who do we got tomorrow night? Tampa or Tennessee?
Titans.
It's in Green Bay.
And the Titans have a bunch of.
You read the laundry. The Titans are in there. Half the team's in the infirmary.
The center is out.
The center is out. Yeah, I think Tampa squeaks. I mean, not Tampa. I think Green Bay squeaks this one out.
Oh, I hate that.
Yep. I know, I hate it too, but although it helps the Patriots, so I'm not going to be. Because I don't think Green Bay is catching anybody out there. I really don't.
We'll see. And that's why, same way you're rooting for Green Bay,
yeah.
I'm rooting for Tennessee because
You want Green Bay dead.
Yeah,
you want them dead.
Yeah. You don't want people hanging around for wild card spots at the end of the
Not
year.
with a quarterback like that. No, he's the linchpin.
Right.
He's the wild card.
Right.
So
He
anyway,
can get hot and carry them for the last.
if they start running the ball, he can.
Yeah.
So they'll be out. So anyway, that should be a fun one tomorrow night. You guys enjoy that. Enjoy the weekend. A lot of good college football on Sunday and Saturday rather, and Sunday. A lot of Donnybrook to win over all of them. Should be a lot of fun. So until next time, because we don't know when that time's going to be. Okay, we will see you on the side. Remember, tight as a fucking drum.